I'm João, from Portugal, Portuguese, 28 years old. In many ways typical Portuguese, in other ways very different from Portuguese. I work as an architect. I like to do a little bit of everything. Sports, to meet people, be with friends. I felt before coming that I always had a big potential that I was not using. And I feel this for a long time. And since I'm a kid especially, I had this potential. And as I grew older, I think I was kind of losing my focus on this potential, and I was feeling lost. And I think this comes a lot with the postmodern condition. I think from beginning stage in my childhood times, and I was like being born in a traditional family. I was born with this sense of the wholeness in a way, like to care for the family and for our good. But through my education and the fact that I went away to another place and had the chance to travel, fortunately, I started to be like in our times, meeting people like in this postmodern condition. This created a lot of narcissism in me, I think, and really I started to center the world around me, how I was feeling. I just wanted to do what I was feeling to do, and what was the important. I was always making choices based on what would be the most important for me to do. And I was really thinking that I was straightforward in this, in comparison to my traditional family, that I was doing something really in front of everybody else, considering my people around. But on the other way, this started to feel also a bit strange. So in these recent years, I had this duality in living, knowing that I like to live for causes and to fight for a better world, if you want to call it, but to fight really for something and being together in a group and build something together. But on the other hand, I was also very selfish, and this was a very big contradiction. And this also was in relationships. I was very caring for the person, but at the same time I was feeling that I was becoming selfish in a way, like I was doing something for the other person, manipulating her so I could achieve some result. So this was something I was being aware of, and I was not liking what I was seeing actually. And I'm happy that I could have saw that I could have the conscience of that. And yeah, and then that made me come here. And being here makes me, most of all, I think the big lesson is to put the center of my world not in me, but in the oneness, in all of us, in the good of all. And that totally changed, like what Andrew says, put God in the first place. And this is really what really is powerful for me. And I think this is totally something I believe in, but I just forgot, and I just got mixed up with all this postmodern condition of having too many choices and too many distractions. So it's a lot about discipline and refocus myself into what's important, because I believe and I really know that deeply in me this is really what I like to do, what I believe in. So yeah, I think it's mostly this, like to refocus myself to work for the whole, to also to be able to be free whenever I choose to be, because many times we end up in our mind, in our feelings, and recently I discovered that I can just choose not to go there and just be authentically myself, and having the whole enthusiasm to do anything I dream I can do. And this is really powerful. Yeah, I'm very grateful to be here in the project. Really, I was very afraid in the beginning, afraid of not succeeding, because I'm always pushing too much of myself, making high standards to be the best, or comparing myself to the others. And I think this is not sensible. I just have to try, and we just have to try. We will make mistakes anyway, so try. We just have to go and do it. There is no other way, I think it's important when coming that you have that you feel something, that you want to evolve, that you want to question yourself. I think if you're like too close for many things, it's maybe you're not ready yet, I think. I mean, only if I would talk only for the experience of taking dips in the morning, of running barefoot, of making permaculture, of putting poles, of being in the sun, of sleeping in the hammock, and just all of these things for me already would be enough. But adding to that, the fact that you evolve, that you make yourself a better person if you want to be. And I believe that many do, but they just forget somehow. I think it's just great, and and if, for example, money is an issue, I think it's before, when I was coming, I was like, maybe it's too much money. And then I figured out a way to work with Cynthia. I mean, but there is no money that can pay actually this. I think your evolution, and I think this is more important than your clothes, than whatever you buy. It's really yourself. And it's not about money, I think. If you really want it, you find a way to get the money. This is my opinion.